Hello everyone. Today we are going to learn about two most important movements where Gandhi played an important role in uniting the Indian masses on religious basis. That is non-cooperation movement and Khilafat Andolan. Gandhi very well understood the strategy of divide and rule of British, and he also understood the importance of masses through his experience in South Africa. During 1919 to 1922, the British were opposed through two mass movements, which were the Khilafat movement and the non-cooperation movement. The two movements were a result of World War I, and non-violence and non-cooperation was the common ground of action for both of them. The Khilafat issue was not directly linked to the Indian politics, but it provided an immediate background to the movement and gave an added advantage of cementing the Hindu-Muslim unity against the British. The Khilafat movement was launched in many Muslim countries, thus giving birth to a pan-Islamic movement. The post-First World War period also saw the preparation on the ground of common political action by Hindus and Muslims, like the Lucknow Pact of 1916 had stimulated the Congress Muslim League cooperation. Also, Rowlatt Act agitation brought Hindus and Muslims and also the other sections of the society together. The younger elements advocated the extremist nationalism and active participation in the nationalist movement. They had strong anti-imperialist sentiments. The Khilafat movement in India paved way for the consolidation of the emergence of a radical nationalist among the young Muslim population. The Muslim scholars who were becoming increasingly critical of the British rule, this time they were angered by the treatment of Turkey on the hands of British after First World War, and the issue here was the Muslims in India and the Muslims all over the world regarded the Sultan of Turkey as their spiritual leader. In India, the demands of the Muslims was same as the Muslims all over the world to the British Empire. The Khilafat Committee in 1919 under the Ali brothers, Maulana Azad, Ajmal Khan and others to force the British to change their attitude towards Turkey. Also, Khalifa's control over Muslim sacred places should be retained, and the Khalifa should be left with sufficient territories after the territorial arrangement. Gandhi, from his experience in South Africa, knew the importance of mass participation on such a huge agenda like Swaraj against a powerful enemy, in this case the British imperial government. Gandhi was in favor of launching satyagrah and non-cooperation against the government on Khilafat issue, but the Congress was not united on this form of political action. Also, Tilak was opposed to having an alliance with the Muslims over a religious issue, and he was also skeptical of the satyagrah as an instrument of politics. In September 1920, at a special Congress Calcutta session, the Congress approved a non-cooperation program till the Punjab and Khilafat wrongs were removed and Swaraj was established. Annulment of the Rowlatt Act was also a demand under non-cooperation movement. At another special session at Allahabad, then at Calcutta, it was decided to boycott the government schools, colleges and law courts, and instead of law courts, people should approach panchayats. Also, boycott of legislative councils and foreign clothes and renunciation of the government aided titles. At Nagpur Congress session in 1920, Congress was focused on Swaraj attainment, and also self-rule was an important factor through constitutional means. A 15-member Congress Working Committee was formed during this session. Also, Provincial Congress Committee on linguistic basis were organized. Gandhi declared that if non-cooperation movements were implemented completely, the Swaraj would be attained within a year. But there were people in Congress who opposed this step of Congress, and they were Muhammad Ali Jinnah, Annie Besant, G.S. Kharpade and B.C. Pal, who also left the Congress in the same year. All these national leaders believed that the lawful and constitutional approach for attainment of Swaraj was necessary. Also, Indian National Liberation Federation was formed during this year, and it was formed by Surendranath Banerjee along with the others like Tej Bahadur Sapru, M.R. Jayakar, and V.S. Srinivasa Sastry. It was aimed at working out political reforms offered by the British government, and also in the year 1919 the Federation welcomed Montfort reforms. The non-cooperation movement was active in several places of Upper Gangetic region, also in Gujarat. In Punjab, people were protesting against the Rowlatt Act of 1919, and also at Amritsar, as we all know, Jallianwala Bagh massacre took place in 13th April 1919. Also, there were several places in United Province which were participating actively in the non-cooperation movement. These places were Gauri Bazar, Kushmi, Gorakhpur, Chauri Chaura, and also from Bihar it was Champaran for security of tenure in 1917. In Gujarat, Ahmedabad saw labour disputes in 1918, and at Khera, Andolans were done for remission of taxes in the same year. During the movement, Gandhi along with the Ali brothers took a nationwide tour addressing hundreds of meetings. Also, Ali brother gave a call to the Muslims to resign from the army as it was unreligious. Gandhi also asked the Congress to start the civil disobedience movement if the people were ready. As a result to the non-cooperation movement, nationalist educational institutions were established. Also, schools, law courts and foreign goods were boycotted. Congress Volunteer Corps, a parallel unofficial police, emerged. There were some local struggles like no tax campaigns in Midnapur and Guntur, Awadh Kisan Sabha, Ika movement, Mapila movement, and Sikh agitation for the removal of Mahants. During this, Mahants massacred more than 100 of Sikhs, which was also known as Nanka tragedy. The government's response was brutal on the people who were participating in non-cooperation movement. Public meetings were banned, heavy crackdown by the police was seen, and volunteer corps were declared illegal. Most of the leaders except Gandhi were arrested, and press was gagged and freedom of speech was curtailed. People from the middle class led the movement at the beginning, but later they showed a lot of reservations about Gandhi's program. The response of the elite politicians of Calcutta, Bombay and Madras was very limited towards Gandhi's call. The business class saw the Swadeshi movement and the boycott of foreign goods as an opportunity beneficial to them, so they supported the movement wholeheartedly. But some big businessmen were rather skeptical as they feared the backlash from the workers' class. The peasants' participation was massive, and the masses broke the restraint of the class war. For example, in Bihar, the lower caste upper caste issue on the sacred thread merged with non-cooperation movement. Students became active volunteers and also left government schools and colleges and joined the national schools and colleges. Kashi Vidyapeeth, Gujarat Vidyapeeth, and Jamia Millia Islamia were the newly opened colleges. Also, women response was also significant as women gave up the parda, also offered the ornaments for the Tilak Fund, and took active part in picketing before the shops selling foreign clothes and liquor. In the last phase of the movement, there was an incident at Chauri Chaura in United Province on February 5, 1922, which prompted Gandhi to withdraw the movement. People of this village protested against the liquor sale and high food prices. In retaliation, police took some violent measures like lathi charge and also opened fire on a crowd. The crowd in return burned down the police station with the policemen inside. Also, people threw back the policemen who tried to escape. Gandhi saw this defeat to his non-violence policy and also thought that people are not ready for Swaraj right now. He decided to withdraw the movement. Also, the Khilafat movement died in a way when Young Turks, led by Mustafa Kemal Pasha, deposed the Khalifa. A secular state was formed in Turkey and European style of legal system. We will see a quick recap of the last phase of the movement. At Ahmedabad session in December 1921, which was presided by Hakim Ajmal Khan, who was the acting president, as C.R. Das was jailed at that time, Gandhi was chosen the sole authority of the movement. In Bardoli, on Feb 1, 1922, Gandhi threatened to launch the CDM movement from Bardoli if the political prisoners were not released and press censorship was not removed by the government. But before that, Chauri Chaura violence happened, and which led to the withdrawal of CDM movement by Gandhi. There was certain significance of non-cooperation movement, like firstly, it was a mass participation. Also, spread of nationalism to remote corners of the country. Transformed Indian National Congress from deliberative assembly into organization of action. Hindu-Muslim unity was also significantly visible in non-cooperation movement. Remarkable degree of willingness and ability of masses to make the sacrifice and endure the hardship for the cause of the independence. After the non-cooperation movement, sudden withdrawal made the followers disillusioned, and it was visible as different school of thoughts emerged after that. The school of thoughts were Swarajist and no changes within the Congress. The Swarajists favored the council entry and to expose the weakness of assemblies and deter the government from bringing an undesirable element in the council. They also wanted to use the council as a platform for political struggle and to boost the morale of the masses. Leaders belonging to this group were C.R. Das, Motilal Nehru, N.C. Kelkar and Hakim Ajmal Khan. As for the no changers, they wanted to continue the boycott and non-cooperation and were not in favor of council entry as they believed it would corrupt the leaders. Rajendra Prasad, C. Rajgopalacharya, Vallabhbhai Patel and M.A. Ansari belong to this school of thought. Thank you for watching this video. I hope it was helpful for you. For more videos, please subscribe our channel.